Oh, hey there, I didn't see you. It's Douglas here, your friend from John Boy Cosplay. And today, we're going to be doing another unboxing. But wait, I know what you're thinking. For those of you who just watched the last video, you're thinking to yourself, isn't he wearing the same thing in this video as he was in the last one? The answer is yes. Yes, I am. You see, here at the studio, we tend to shoot a lot of videos back to back. We don't change outfits to try to make it appear as if it's a different day, and I'm far too impatient to wait another day to open another box. See, I'll show you. There are still little balloons on the floor from the last video. Now please, get off my dick. Today we're going to be unboxing a very special package, as we always are, and I'm sure you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail exactly what's in here. Now what you can't tell is how I'm going to unbox this. Let's see AJ at the House of Masks do that, huh? Alright. So, now that we've properly opened this package, let's just go ahead and take a look inside. As you can see, everything was packaged very well. As to whenever I decided to smash the box, it didn't completely destroy it. Also, there's a quite pleasant fragrance coming from this box. It appears we have an entire trash bag that I can use to suffocate myself in. And then the actual item is here at the bottom. Oh boy. Let me tell you guys, I sure can't wait. Absolutely gorgeous. So guys, after searching to the ends of the earth and back, I have finally acquired another Papa Zero or Papa Nil mask from Scott Blake at Your Dream Creations. Now, I was one of the first people to own one of these, and I'm very, very proud of it. He's actually slightly off camera here, and I would pick him up, but he's kind of a part of a shrine. After receiving my first one, I knew I was going to need another because there were going to be some paint changes with this guy, and there have been. Not too many, but at least one that we know of. The mask that was used at Grona Lund, as well as some other video that was not released, had some definite paint variations to the one that we've seen on stage as of recent. And I've been wanting to have one of those for quite some time. As much as I really don't care for the look of the one on stage with the paint style and or just the way that it fits the actor's face, I've been wanting one for just a long time. Now herein lies the issue. Scott Blake made these. It's probably one of my favorite things he's ever made, and I might be slightly impartial because it's Papa Nil. However, pretty much once I had decided, okay, there are other paint variants, I'm going to need more, we had some bad news come through. The mold to Scott's mask actually ended up cracking, and shortly thereafter he ended up destroying the mold because there were problems with the pulls and they just weren't turning out perfect. At least I think that's how I remember it. It's been almost a year now, if not over a year. And for all of that time, I've been searching for more, constantly posting wanted ads, trying to find them. I want somebody to sell them to me. There's not that many of these out there, and so they're very, very hard to come by. Well, just recently, my good friend Eric Valentine actually ended up posting that he was selling all of his ghost masks, and I don't know whether it's because he's leaving the fandom, not collecting anymore, or just needed some money. However, I commented immediately, I will buy that Papa Nil off of you. He sold it to me for a pretty fair price. They definitely was not very cheap, but I was in need of one, and what can you do as a collector? I mean, I either pass it up and continue wishing I would have gotten it, or I pay the money, and I paid the money for it. Not only that, but he does come with these super badass eye inserts, which look really, really cool and eerie. Now, due to the version that I'm going to be doing on this guy, I will not be keeping these eye inserts in. They will probably be going on this dude. But I'm going to go ahead and convert this guy for you over to the stage variant, and we'll try and see if we can stuff it to get it to look like him, and maybe just style it in that way so it looks a lot closer. So I'll go ahead and do some before video for you guys, and then some after video, just so you can see what we're changing. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so here he is before the conversion. Looking pretty good as is, like paint's not super great. The main problem isn't really that the paint's like not great, it's more so that it's not accurate to the version that I want to do, so I'm going to be repainting him. One thing I can say about this copy versus my previous copy is this copy has a lot more hair, like an absolute ton more hair. Mine had like this grayish black hair, and it was very sparse. I'll see if I can show you guys in the video here in a second. But overall, he is looking pretty good. It's a pretty decent casting, like not too thick. I think mine's a good bit thicker than this guy's. See, he's got a little bit of squish to him here, which I mean, he's latex, he's going to, but still, if I finally get my Nihil cosplay off the ground, which is going to cost a lot of money, this will probably be the mask that I wear. And with it being converted to the stage mask, how it fits that guy and makes him look a little bit chubbier, I think that'll be a good look for me. But overall, just pretty nice. Just wanted to give you guys a look at him before he gets converted. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started on this. And a couple things to note real quick is, one, we don't have a lot of super clear photos of this dude. And he's always been seen in the dark, kind of at the back of the stage. We've got some pretty decent shots, but nothing too great. So I'm going to kind of have to wing this. But I think I can do pretty well based off the pictures I have and just looking closely at the shapes and stuff like that. But we're going to go ahead and give this a try. Another thing is I've mixed my flesh tone, what I think is pretty close. It seems to be a little bit lighter, but we'll make it work. It's not exact, but that's okay. His actually doesn't look to be like 100% matching anyway, but I will probably touch it up with a closer tone later. What we're going to do next is we're actually going to apply a bunch of gloss white over this entire white coat because it doesn't really look like silicone as is. So what I did with my last one was add a gloss white, and that really made him pop. So we're going to do that for this guy as well. Guys, and with that, I think everything is good as far as the white goes and the flesh tones. Now I just need to let it dry, and then we can get to work on reshaping the black, adding the teeth, doing the fine detail work. And so I guess in that meantime, I'll just clean up around. See you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, we're back, and me going to clean was a fucking lie. I actually went and watched the House of Masks new video. And so we're going to go ahead and get right into doing the black on this guy and working out some of these facial details. The eyes are going to be really difficult because you can't really see his eyes that much. He wears a pair of shades online because if you guys don't know, it's actually a ghoul. I'm sure you do, but if you don't for some reason, it's actually a ghoul, not some separate person, so they don't have time to put in the contacts, so he just wears a pair of sunshades. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. is pretty much done. I want to do some more blending on the flesh tones later on with an airbrush, but this is the guy. I mean, there you go. So just to run over things I've changed yet again, I did repaint the eye shape. His eye makeup looked to be a little bit bigger, but again, you don't really see it past the sunglasses, so it's kind of hard to tell. Nose was a little bit different. I changed that up, mostly adding some more black to the top of the nostrils, and then there was a good bit of white gap in between on the top of the bridge of the nose, and I filled that in. Teeth were completely changed. His are really weird. In some pictures, they look almost like they're completely straight up and down. Some, you can tell that the top ones flare out. I used just some of the clearer day shots that I could find for reference for that. And then the sides of the cheeks were probably the most interesting in the way that they have this really, really dark black outline, and then they kind of fade out with this almost makeup look going outwards. It's more translucent towards the cheeks, and in some lighting it looks like there is nothing there but the black outlines, and then in some pictures you can tell that there's definitely some darker makeup around it. One of the weird things to note is he does not have any black, like, I guess around the top of the temples marks at all. I noticed that in pictures. There's very, very few pictures of him without the miter for this version. Usually just whenever it's either sat back some because they had to rush on stage or it fell off on stage. There's a couple of pictures of that. And noticing that, it seems to be a pretty much just straight round shot. Again, no temple makeup. And so this is more of a really, really weird look, to be honest. And at first I didn't like it, and I still in some ways don't. I do prefer the older one. I think it's a lot creepier, but this one has a certain charm to it. This is the stage mask. This is what you see on stage. This is that look. I'm very, very happy to have completed that, and I now have that in the collection. So I have the actual Old Man Nil, I have the stage mask, and then I have the original. And hopefully in the future we can add some more versions. It's going to be very difficult to do a younger Nil, but if I can find a sculpt that is similar enough to Justin, I'll probably go ahead and give that a shot. So the only thing left to do is throw a miter and some glasses on this guy and get you guys some good shots of him. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and remember, if you have ghosts, you have everything. Sax Daddy out.